So we are here today at Third Corner with me, Trooper, and Erin. Erin and Trooper, proper English, right?
Hi there.
And we are Drink Locally. And we're going to be talking today about some of the beers here. But first, let's talk about beer ratings and how we both feel about that.
Beer ratings are huge.
Let's talk about what you did at your previous spot at Ace.
Well, yeah. Anybody that knows me, coming from the Ace Hotel, and we built a good craft beer scene there. I think we used a lot of the beer rating systems to kind of judge what we were going to bring in and kind of get the feedback of what other people thought about these beers that we had. So when I would find something I'd like on the vendor list, something I had a little selfish greed to, I want to try it for myself.
Absolutely.
Go on Beer Advocate or go on Rate Beer and look and see what the rating was. And if it was a 90 or higher, I'd be like, okay,
And it never
this is
failed
worthy
you.
of being drank.
It never failed you, did it, that system?
Never.
No. I got fell into it as a beer trader. There was the valley was so dry on really good craft beer. Just a short few years ago, when you guys really started building that up. I would use it to kind of just people that I want to trade this beer, I want to trade that beer, because you can get Stone, you can get Russian River, you can get these things that I could get right off my shelf right down the road. And I would use it the same way. I would go on Rate Beer, I would go on Beer Advocate, I would see where it rated, and I would say, I want to try that. It's up in that range. And today you see it everywhere. You go into Total Wine, you go into Bevmo, and it's on the tag.
Well,
at least 85 or higher, right?
It's a really great tool to use as the craft beer scene grows so much exponentially, and all these new breweries are popping up, and you just don't know. I mean, there's no way to know all the beers that are coming out. You can kind of go review flavor profiles, what you're going to expect when you buy one of these bottles and take it home. So I think it's a great tool.
I think so too. I think it's got a lot of power behind it. I know one of the articles we were reading today was about a gentleman whose beer got rated as the top beer in the world off of Rate Beer, and his sales just went off the charts. He's unable to keep it on stock. He's kind of over frustrated. He's got people beating on his door, parking in his driveway. He's just like, it's kind of a bad thing. It's like that, instant celebrity star power.
Double-edged sword kind of in a way, because it launches you into
and it
stardom.
is one of the things that really launched Pliny the Elder. Pliny the Elder really got launched off one of the rating systems and just blew it up. And now it's just one of those, everybody wants to hear. Everybody they'll get in line and pay $9 a pint all night long. Stand in line for an hour to drink a beer. Awesome. And there's a lot of ways to use it. I mean, you get it on your phone, you get it on your app, get it on your iPads.
I have an app on my phone.
I use it when I'm in the store all the time.
Grocery store, pull
definitely
it up.
a powerful thing.
Taking this one home.
Sweets. So what do we got going on locally? Obviously, we have our first brewery now locally, Coachella Valley Brewing, and head brewer over there, Mr. Chris Anderson.
I'm really excited.
We're out there at Thousand Palms. Me too. I think they really nailed it with branding. We were talking about that today. I mean, you look at that logo and you look at that, that freeway sign. That's so Highway 10 to all of us locally. We get it. We see it.
You know exactly where you're at.
Yeah, and there's a lot of analogies they could use for that. It means we're going everywhere, we're traveling everywhere, we're getting this beer out there. You can put any kind of imagery behind that, and it stands out, and people are going to recognize it as theirs.
And I think they've done a really good job branding their company with making it so Coachella Valley oriented, with the Monumentas, with the Coachella,
right?
It's just perfect.
The
like
Desert Swarm with the
knows.
Killer Bee Honey, because we all have been seeing that guy drive around with the Killer Bee truck for years.
The Killer Bee guy
and he's taking care of honeybees, but hey, it sells, right? Have the Killer Bee on the side of the truck, so. Definitely a good beer. And then we got La Quinta Brewing, set to open here pretty soon.
I don't know tried some of their beers already, and
where'd you find them on tap?
Actually, they came in. They brought some in just to try.
Ace?
To the Ace.
You're still at the Ace? Very nice.
And I know they've got a new brewer over there that they're working with.
Green Flash.
From Green Flash.
From Green Flash. I'm so excited. It's one of my favorite all-time breweries right there. So it's one of those San Diego secrets, I think. Like who doesn't know? They just produced a beer called, I don't want to run off on a tangent, but they just produced an IPA called Green Bullet that is just phenomenal. It's up in that 10-point range.
Well,
it's so close to barley wine. Sure. It's so close to barley wine. It will just set you down. It's a good night beer for sure.
Yeah, but it's exciting to have all these breweries popping up in the valley finally.
Yeah, hopefully we're not going to turn into another Temecula. I know they've blown up. They're like 9-10 breweries or something like that right now. I mean, if you can sustain it, great. But at some point, it kind of gets watered down, right? The impact will get watered down. We don't want that. I heard it was on tap at Wolfgang Puck's, the new little pizza spot right here.
Hear that.
Maybe we'll walk over there when we're done today and see if it's on tap and have to try it. I heard they had the IPA on tap, so I really want to try it. What else is going on locally? It's October.
Oktoberfest is coming up in Palm Springs.
Oktoberfest. We all have to drink more. It's October.
Saturday the 19th.
We're all German now. At least for this month. Yes, for this month we're German.
Yep, this coming Saturday, noon until 5, I believe. The spa.
6, noon 6, something like that, right?
Perfect.
Perfect timing. We got the vendor list. I think I have it up here. We got some of our local people going to be there, right?
We do.
We do. We got Babes is going to be there. Hangar 24 is coming out from Redlands, it looks like. Coachella Valley Brewing is going to be there. Firestone's looking like they're going to be there. Carl Strauss, who we have right here, is talking. They're on the list to be there, right? And then you said you knew a couple of these. You knew a couple of these German beers.
And the Hogarten. Goose Island's going to make an appearance. You got the Francis Conner Hefeweizen. I'm sure you could do a little sample of that there.
A little sample.
There's some good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll have some food, some nice German food
Some
available.
German food. I heard there's going to be
There's
polka
some
music.
bands.
Polka music. Let's go.
Get your lederhosen ready.
I'll get my lederhosen out. I'm not afraid. I'm comfortable in my attire. I'm man all the way. I don't care what I wear. I'll wear polka music and lederhosen. Let's go, man. All right. What else? What else is going on local?
What else is going on?
How is the Ace Hotel doing? Let's
They're
talk about
doing
that for a little bit.
We're doing well. Some people know have been there before. They went from 11 taps, 21 taps.
21
so
taps.
they've got a good, lot of great tap beer, great craft
I was
beer
out on
tap.
Saturday and I was trying to hunt you down, and I didn't find you there. Sad. I had the wife out hunting you down, but I did have a couple of beers there that I can't get anywhere else.
Yep.
I had a beer there by Victory, Hop Devil. It was super good. Super good to see that in the valley.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
The time you could find Victory before was 1 or 2 at Bevmo, and now you can find a pretty decent selection at Total Wine. But just to see it somewhere where you could just
Well, that's the
Yeah.
beautiful thing about the craft beer scene that's going on right now is like it's just growing and expanding so much throughout the valley. Like you can come to a place like Third Corner,
right.
and you can find local
Sure.
beer on tap. That didn't exist, a
No.
year ago.
No.
And so I'm really excited that it's
Yeah.
taking off and people are really starting to appreciate it, like they would appreciate nice wines, and they're seeking out this beer
That's
now,
right.
and their palates are expanding and
So
beyond just.
when you say it in this
the
level of a
macros.
restaurant, this level of a wine bistro, then
Yep.
that's saying something.
It's arrived.
Absolutely.
It's
Beer's
arrived.
arrived.
Beer's
Us,
grown
us
up.
beer snobs are cool
Get ready,
now.
kids.
We got to get our suits out, get our ties, start dressing up a little bit so we can go to the fancier restaurants and have the beer we
Yeah.
love, right?
Yeah.
Or we can just come in our Chucks and that's just the way it's going
Yeah.
down. I'll wear my Chucks everywhere. I don't
Can't
care.
take a kid out all the way.
No, that's
Well,
right.
should we
you
talk
can't.
about some of the beer they have here at
Absolutely.
Third Corner?
Absolutely.
You can see the 3 in front of us right here. Got the old school.
That's
Wanna
old
talk
school.
about that?
I'm going to talk
Interesting.
about this guy right here because I think it's extremely super drinkable IPA. It's a, kind of an unknown, really. Not too many people know who. How do you pronounce that name?
Uinta.
Uinta, thank you.
Uinta Brewery.
I didn't want to
They're
butcher
out of,
it. So.
Salt Lake City. It's a totally wind-powered, solar-powered brewery. It's pretty amazing to have. I know New Belgium does the same thing in Colorado,
Yes,
but
yes.
this coming from Utah, I
Who knew,
didn't think
right?
who thought?
And you
Salt
said,
Lake City.
and that's down in Mormon country,
In
right?
Mormon
Down in Mormon
country. I
Boom.
didn't think they condone
Producing
drinking
beer.
as much like that. Sorry to offend you. But
Are we offending
viewers,
anybody?
but
We did?
I hope not.
First show? Darn it. We're out.
But it's a fantastic, fantastic beer. If anybody has a chance to try it, pick up some of this beer.
I really like the bottle structuring. I mean, it got the compass on the bottle. It's really good. It's nice, like a little wine bottle almost. Again, great marketing, great branding. When you see it, you walk in the store like Total Wine, you see all their selection up there. The Baba and this one, and they just all kind of line up very nice. You can tell one belongs to the other. It's good.
Yeah, what they do at Uinta, they have like their standards that they do in the 12-ounce bottle, and then they have a line. It's the crooked line, so they do those in 750s.
Nice.
With the cork top, and
Cork
a lot
top,
of
the
those.
whole
If you
way.
can get those, they're great.
Just pop the
wine to
cork,
get
you got to
your
drink it
hands
all.
on. Yeah.
Once you take the cork off, you have to drink the whole thing. It's all
Good
there
to
is
share with a friend or
Good to
just
share.
By yourself. Carl
Awesome.
Strauss, of course, be at Oktoberfest. You can go out and try some of their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We all know Anchor Stew. That's a staple of craft
That
beer.
is an old school. I mean, he was the founder. They say he's the grandfather of craft beer in the United States. He really was that first guy to go in and buy that old brewery and maintain the steam style of brewing, which is a way of heating kettles, which is kind of coming back now and becoming kind of a staple. People are using steam for heat, power movement, whatever within the breweries. And he stuck to his guns on his styles. He didn't try to create a bunch of crazy styles. He didn't chase the IPA. He didn't chase the Pale Ale. He didn't
Did his
chase
own
the Stout, the
thing.
Porter. He did his own thing the whole time.
I think that's how you become successful in craft beer. You just
Yeah.
it's like you're an artist. You're
Yeah.
cooking with beer in a way. You
Absolutely.
find your own ingredients that you
Yeah.
want to create your own style of beer. You don't
Yeah.
have to follow a formula
Now,
like
have you
everyone
ever
else.
experienced a brew?
What do you mean?
You ever gone through the steps of a brew
No,
yourself?
actually, as much as I'm a beer nerd, I have never brewed.
Now,
my own batch
having
beer.
spent my 1 year of, I'm a guy and I had a hobby, and my hobby became like all life consuming, as
Right, I
us
gotcha.
men will do.
I gotcha.
I ended up with huge kettles and burners and pipes and hoses hanging everywhere in my garage. And I still have a couple of friends that are pretty phenomenal home brewers, and we might just have to make that a podcast, take you through a brew.
That would be a fun.
We can like
a
kind of
fun
pick
day
the
for
style
sure.
you want. We can pick the grain, pick the hops, kind of, lay out some beers, grab the characters from those beers you really like, and just get somebody in there and do a brew. It'd be fun.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll have to
It'd
drink.
Be a good experience.
We'll take a few
walking
beers to
everybody
get through
the
it. We'll need at least 5-6 different beers to get through that. I'm just saying. Selection is variety, right? We
Yep.
need variety, spice of life. So, all right.
Go back to it though. What else do we have on tap here?
I know they have Hangar 24's Orange Wheats, which I think is great. It's probably the most successful close to us local brewery,
Yep.
right? They're out of
and we're
Redlands.
actually going to feature them a little bit down the road here.
Yes, yeah, we're hopefully going to be at a tap takeover with them, which is awesome because they'll just be pouring a ton of great beer. Their Columbus IPA is my favorite. We all know that already. That I'm just a
You're
hop
a
snob.
hophead.
I'm
You're
a
a
hophead, beer snob, total hophead. Unfortunately, stuck in that genre. I'm trying. We'll work me out of it through the
Branching out.
Yeah, we'll branch out again. I'll learn to love them all again. But I like what they do. That all their oranges are purchased through the Old Orange Grove Company, which the whole concept is to keep the understanding of the orange trees in that area alive and the use of those, so they're not just being thrown away and tossed on the ground. And the ones that they don't purchase go to Feed the Hungry through multiple different venues. So I think that's a very, very good concept.
I love the idea of sourcing the local ingredients too when you're
yeah.
making your beer, like their whole local field series that they do.
Absolutely.
With like getting spruce tips from
Yeah.
the mountain trees, grabbing the oranges.
And that's a
from the
hard thing, man,
local
to find a
orange
good
groves.
spruce tip ale. Speaking of homebrew, Sarge, that brews, he brews an amazing spruce tip ale. That'd be a good one for you to go through because he sources them right out of Idlewild.
Try it.
Awesome. So yeah, I think that's great that they have that on tap. Also, they have Coachella Valley Brewings.
Yes.
I think it's called Extreme Heat, right?
Extreme heat.
Now,
Extreme heat.
explain that because I know when I first went to the brewery, I was Extreme Heat, like, oh, and they're like, have one of those. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
so I'm
not
not
gonna
looking
be
for
a
anything
spicy
spicy.
beer.
No,
No, not a
no,
spicy
they
beer.
meant a beer you drink when it's really hot outside, and it's just a good, crisp, light wheat beer, and it's good, it's crisp, clean, very refreshing,
Very
not
refreshing,
hard on the
great
palate.
flavor.
Yeah, very grateful. Yeah, not a lot of hop, but I still enjoy it very, very much. So.
Me too. Chris is a master brewer. What can I say?
He is. You know, he's a master meader too, right? You ever try his meats?
I did get to try his mead.
Oh my gosh, they're dangerous.
But let's not talk about that though.
It's just, that was a bad night. Wasn't it? All right.
No, it was a great
All
night.
right, good.
Just a little fuzzy the next day.
Yeah, that's right. That's Chris and his meats. He'll take you down with
I
that.
knew Chris.
Darn you, Chris.
And
Excellent.
what else? Oh, Stone, of course. We don't really
Stone.
need to talk a lot about Stone because
Well,
anybody
let's
that is
talk a
familiar
little-
with
yeah,
craft beer
should know Stone.
Should know Stone by now.
Well, let's tie back into the ratings for a minute because I think Stone is a good example of when a beer gets that cult following in the rating system. Stone IPA first introduced in 1997. It was one of those base beers. It's won a ton of medals. Been out there a long time. 97's a long time, right?
Yeah.
That's when I first started drinking good craft beers. Arrogant
time ago.
Bastard, Sierra Nevada. I was drinking, what I could find on the shelves. But here it is. It has the world-class rating on Rate Beer
And it
100.
stood the test of time all these
Yep.
years.
And a
people
97 on
continue to
Beer
love
Advocate.
it and identify
Yes,
with the brand
yes.
and grow with it.
And-
And it's like that's how they get their feet wet in craft beer.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like comfortable with a brand
Yeah,
like Stone.
that's the step.
So they start trying a little
Yeah.
bit of this, a little bit of that, and they get a little deeper.
It's the gateway beer.
Try the Arrogant Bastard, Oaked Arrogant Bastard.
There you
Get
go.
deep
That's
down in
my
it.
beers right there. Arrogant Bastard, Oaked Arrogant Bastard. Just beers with punch, man.
Yep.
Beers that go with chocolate cake or burrito. It doesn't matter. Just it
I
goes
can
with
do that
everything.
some of the time, but I like the Belgian styles too. It's
We'll get into that.
smooth,
We'll get into
sweeter.
that. Yeah.
We'll
yeah.
talk about that later.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right,
Wait.
we're back here at Third Corner on Strength Locally. True Erin Trooper with.
I'm Derek Ralston. I'm a bartender here at the Third Corner.
All right. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
We're going to be trying our first beer with them today.
Yep. We're right here. We have the
Brewing.
Coachella Valley Brewing Extreme Heat, which is a really nice beer. I'll let you all get a chance to try it. Go down and visit the brewery or stop here and have it on tap at Third Corner. Extreme Heat, it's a 5% dry hopped American wheat beer. Do you kind of want to explain a little bit about dry hopping?
Usually in the brewing process, hops go in at different points along the boil to create different, the bitterness, the aromas, and the florals that you get in different levels in a beer. And they're also inoculated. But dry hopping is something that's done on the other side of the brewing process, after the fermentation process. When you're just down to that base ale and you're ready to charge it, and you want to get a different flavor profile in there or a higher aroma in there, you can introduce some hops, let them soak in on there. It's a beautiful thing for a hophead like me to see that happen.
It is, because it just
And,
gives it that little extra kick that you wouldn't normally expect from just a wheat beer.
Absolutely,
You know?
it does. It's got a
I like
good
it.
palate
Yeah.
to it. It's a very sessionable beer, 5%. I could be out, you know, here early in the day, and I'm not afraid of them. So
I know.
At least we're not starting with Barlow.
It's perfectly good poolside in that extreme
Absolutely.
heat that we
Very
have
good,
here in the
very good,
Coachella
yeah.
Valley. So
And let's talk about that name. You guys are serving this beer, and what kind of reaction do you get from that name?
We've been, well, the extreme heat, we people like it. I don't know, kind of has a ring to it, the poetry there. And plus people are thirsty for the local beer. So
Yes, they are.
we're excited to have it,
Very good.
and we're looking forward to getting more from them. And we're looking at putting a handle for La Quinta Brewing Company as well, which we're looking forward to doing shortly,
Now,
hopefully in the
any
next week or
questions
so.
about the name?
I think most of the time people have been just very receptive, and like I said, it does have that sort of, for the region, it's a
understand.
fitting type of thing,
So they're
yeah.
actually understanding what extreme heat means.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
Good.
we've had good success with
I'm
this so
gonna
far.
educate that back to Chris that that's not having a problem with that name.
Yep.
We're not having any sort of
Good.
misunderstandings
Good.
with it here, so,
Good, good. So I know
yeah.
when I visited the breweries, one of the things they said is, we don't want to confuse people and make them think it's supposed to be a spicy beer. We want them to understand this is a beer to drink during extreme heats.
Right,
So
right.
one of their
Very
summer
sessionable
releases.
beer.
Yeah, at 5%, yeah, you can definitely have a few. It's good. So.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Have you
I'm
had a
afraid.
good response here from people coming in to
We have
local beers?
Yeah,
seeking them out?
a lot of people are asking for it, and we've had their IPA as well, and we blew right through that. So yeah,
That's the session
it is
IPA?
excellent, and this is really nice too. So we've had we're having success with it, and we're excited, like I said, to have more local people are thirsty, especially local people are thirsty
Yeah.
for the local product, and that's what we have here, and we're excited to have it.
Let's
Yes,
talk a little bit about your clientele here. I know Third Corner, it's a little bit of a higher end wine bistro.
that's true.
You guys got 3 spots, right?
Mm-hmm. Encinitas and also Ocean Beach in San Diego. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Our beautiful desert.
Yes, yes.
Happy to have you guys here.
Yeah, we've got lots of room for the wine and everything that we do here in this,
You guys are like
location.
20
So.
feet from my back door from where I manage myself, so I'm able to get off.
Oh, that's
from my-
convenient for you then, Trooper. Yeah.
It's like destiny. I think.
Very nice. Very nice.
That close to where
Yeah.
I live. That was meant to be.
Yep. Yep.
She's missing having a tap where she works, so she's working on that. So the higher end clientele, they're embracing the craft beer.
I think so. Yeah, and even people that may not, be into more of the craft beer thing, more of a macro type of thing, are, I think, sort of being influenced by just what a lot of people seem to be doing, and that's
Starting to
trying something new.
Warm up to the idea of it and
Of
say, what's all this
A
hype
full
about?
flavored
Yeah.
beer. Yeah, even out here in the desert, yeah, it is. We sell, obviously, wine is something that we focus on, but we also enjoy showcasing and spotlighting, especially local beer, if we can. Yeah, like I said, people are excited about it, so and so are we.
Beer snob, super excited that it's taken off the way it is in our valley.
Right.
Finally.
Yeah.
We don't got to drive out of town to find good beer. We don't
Yeah.
got to drive out of town to find a good beer bar.
Right.
We can walk across the street.
Yeah,
It's exciting.
and especially in your case, I guess, huh?
Absolutely.
There we go.
Well,
Let's
it's
talk-
nice to see people embracing it too, like
Yeah.
yourself. That is primarily a wine bar, but
Yeah.
bringing it on.
Right,
It's
right.
wonderful.
Now, from
Yes.
what I read, you have a very unique approach to being a wine bar.
Right, with the retail shop. I think what we've done here is great. It's a great way to get people involved in drinking their own wine. A lot of times you just go and you see a strange name on a list and a big price next to it. Well, this makes it more tangible and more approachable, I think, here, to actually see it sitting on the
They're
shelf.
able to walk amongst your wine selection, purchase for home or table.
Right.
And then for the table, it's a cork charge, right?
Right, right. We charge a $5 corking fee here for wines purchased in our shop. It's still a great value. I think more often than not, you're going to find that you're paying a third to half of what you would at a normal list somewhere. Yeah, it's great value, I think, and that value I think extends to our kitchen. Our chef endeavors to be fair, and he is also very locally minded as far as how he sources himself, and then I think we provide a great value from behind the bar as well as far as what we pour, and we're interested in doing spirits from LA and things like that wherever we can get locally produced spirits. Yeah, small batch spirits, we can do that as well. So
It's the next movement, I think. I think
Yeah.
that
It really is.
Yeah, craft is really going to move its feels, or I guess your feelers or whatever, into all the genres.
Right.
It's kind of
going
branching
into the
out
kitchen, it's
into
going into
everything.
whiskeys,
True.
wines, and gins.
Exactly.
It's going in there
Exactly.
everywhere. I mean, wine's had it forever. Wine's really
Yeah.
been a craft local product for a long, long time.
Yeah.
You know, California was huge in the wine movement.
Right.
And it really became that locally sourced stuff.
I think people are kind of getting sick of this corporate amalgamations. They want to get back to basics and
Yes.
get back to the heart of it and what it's all
Right.
about. And the art of eating, of drinking wine, of
Yes.
making beer, you know, reconnecting with
I agree.
what they love and their passions.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm excited
Absolutely. Well said.
excited to be a part of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
neat
we
thing.
appreciate you having us in here today. Let's try some
Well, yeah,
beers.
thanks for being here.
Most definitely.
Very good.
Anything else you'd like to say? about it
That's.
all?
I think. Yeah, that's about it. Just enjoy having you guys here, and thanks a lot for being here, Erin.
you. Thank
Trooper.
you.
Thanks, you guys.
All right, Erin.
Trooper.
Over here on Drink Local at the
Yes.
Third Corner. It's been a good maiden voyage. Our first shot.
Our first-
Hope
our
we did
first
really
show?
good. I feel good.
I think it's
We talked easily.
the beginning of a new era in craft beer
I think
in
I
the
stuttered a
Coachella
few
Valley.
times,
I'm
but,
really excited.
I think you are.
You
I'm
know,
with
I always sometimes forget I'm on camera, so I have to,
Yeah.
pay attention and look.
I
But we're
did.
learning
I bet you
and
my
we're
hair's
growing.
perfect, so we're ready to go.
We're ready.
All right, so everybody out there that got a chance, hope you get to see it. Do us a favor
Remember to
and
stop in the
drink-
Third Corner
Yes.
and check them out. Check out some of the beers that they have by the bottle or on draft.
And drink fresh, drink local,
Yep.
and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.